This will terminate the ability of children to keep as pets anything other than cats and dogs.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Blake and you're watching the Aqua Papa. So I woke up this morning and one of the first things I see is a video that's currently going viral on YouTube. And that's all fine and dandy and everything, but one thing we need less of in the hobby is the spread of misinformation. The guy in this video is not only putting out misinformation, but he's acting like he knows what he's talking about. Let's check it out.
Our vaunted government of tyrannical monsters, making it illegal to import or sell any tropical fish. Every species of fish currently in the hobby or eligible to come into the hobby, having to do with their economic impact, that's a curiosity, must be evaluated according to a number of specific and other very general criteria in our international and in our domestic environment. It's never once in its long, twisted history been enforced. Any bird, any reptile, any insect, any animal of any type, any cricket, any superworm that does not have a full-blown investigation requiring no less than 5 years, this will terminate the ability of children to keep as pets anything other than cats and dogs.
Now, for those of you who don't know what the Lacey Act is, the Lacey Act is a law that was instated in 1900. This law is 122 years old. The Lacey Act was signed by William McKinley into law May 25th, 1900. And the Lacey Act is a law that bans the trafficking of wildlife. From then, it's grown from being just animals to being insects, animals, endangered wildlife, plants, and plant-based materials. And this fellow father fish obviously just read one article on reef-to-rainforest.com and based all his information on that, because what he's saying isn't true. That's not how this works. It's not any fish, it's not any insect, it's not any plant or any plant-based material. What the Lacey Act really protects against is the endangered species. So people can't import endangered species from the wild into the United States. What the Lacey Act is really for is to protect against people taking things out of the wild, taking it out of nature. And it doesn't only protect endangered animals. Another thing that it does is it protects, as Father Fish said, our domestic environment from being overrun with invasive species. For example, you can't import snakeheads from Thailand because they're invasive and they destroy the natural ecosystem that we have already established in the United States. All that genetics and compatibility that he was talking about, what he doesn't realize is that, say something like a snakehead, is not genetically going to breed with anything, so that's good. It's not going to destroy the genetics. But it's going to destroy these lines of fish and it's going to deplete their numbers, making some fish possibly go extinct. That's terrible. Or something more realistic, like taking these blood parrots and putting them out into the wild, and they'll crossbreed with something and make hybrids and destroy genetic lines. That's all stuff that we don't necessarily want in the hobby. So at the end of the day, all this tyrant government is trying to do is make sure that everything that's coming into the country, whether it be fish, insects, plants, or even something as simple as paper and cardboard, are all from things that have been farmed or bred in captivity and not taken from the wild, as well as trying to protect our environments, such as things as the iguana crisis down in Florida. We all know how that turned out. So I just wanted to try to help you guys understand what the Lacey Act was all about, and that you probably should consider whether you really want to go out and vote against this or not, because it could be very beneficial. And if you like this video, please just like the video and consider subscribing. It's always free. It will never cost you anything to subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I put out more great content like this. Until next time, peace.